Celebrations erupted across the country as Joe Biden was declared as the winner of the United States of America presidency. Economic observer from IndiHome assessed that in Joe Biden's presidency, the global economy will quickly recover, then followed by Indonesia's economy because Biden ensures that he will provide assistance to the emerging countries. America has chosen Democrat Joe Biden as its 46th president. Aisha Rahbini, as the economic observer from IndiHome, stated that Joe Biden's presidency will give significant impact to Indonesia's economy. The bigger picture is that Biden will take several policies to save American business which are affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, and observers assessed that by this movement, U.S. economy can recover faster. Therefore, global economy will heal soonest as well.
Dengan cepat. Dengan Biden menang, diharapkan memang ketidakpastian yang terjadi di perekonomian global akan lebih menurun, dan ketidakpastian ini faktor yang menjadi penting terhadap iklim usaha dan iklim investasi, terutama untuk di Indonesia.
With the improvement in United States domestic economy, economic observer sees that this may accelerate the global economy, including Indonesia, amidst the current global uncertainty. And therefore, chance of investment will return to normal is higher. From Jakarta, Adi Firmansyah for IDX Channel. Well, at first, Biden was initially written off as too old, too traditional to win the U.S. presidency. But look at him now. Leaders across countries have been congratulating U.S. President-elect Joe Biden and his running mate Kamala Harris following their victory. And of course, the United States elections will significantly impact to Indonesia. As a middle-income country, Indonesia tends to flourish when it actively participates in global multilateral and cooperative agreements. And expansions of Indonesia's long-standing partnership with the U.S. could be beneficial for both nations. And therefore, to examine more, we're going to have further discussions with Joshua Pardede as the Chief Economist of Pertama Bank. Hello, sir.
Hi, Clara. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, too. Thank you.
So as we know that Joe Biden is the winner of the U.S. presidency on Saturday, defeating Donald Trump. Does this align with your previous predictions?
Yes, I think the result is in line with our expectation, and I think also it is in line with the recent polls acquired by some media in the U.S. showing that by popular vote or electoral college vote, I think Joe Biden is leading over Trump. And from the domestic perspective itself, I think we've seen that the Trump's administration, under Trump's administration, there are so many dissatisfaction, particularly maybe for example, like from the farmers itself. We know that tariff war between U.S. and China pushed higher tariff on soybean commodities to China, and thus push lower income to soybean farmers. The trade war also drove dissatisfaction from some manufacturing in U.S., which imported capital and raw materials from China. As dissatisfaction among the segment increased, they were predicted to shift their choice or their vote to other candidate, which is Biden.
All right, sir. It's really interesting when you address about the soy and manufacturing sector. But however, sir, how can you assess Biden's victory in here in impact to Indonesia's economy?
Yes, I think after generalized system preference for Indonesia is extended before the election, I predict that there is no significant change in trade relation between U.S. and China. But from the positive side, we know that in the last 3 to 4 years, Trump has increased the volatility in the market due to his policy on import tariff on China's product. So basically, we hope that after Joe Biden winning the election this year, we hope the approach to the China itself will be more softer, and it will affect positively on the global economy and also global trade volume. And I think it is responded positively by market players. I think in the last couple of days, market responded positively on Joe Biden's winning.
All right, sir. From your perspective, which one is the better one, Trump or Biden, when it comes to market response?
Yeah, I think as I mentioned earlier that Joe Biden is highly expected due to the recent polls taken by local media, and we know that also. We know that Joe Biden's respectful approach to diplomacy and his deep knowledge of countries, including Indonesia and other so many Southeast Asian countries, I think there is good reason to infer that he will strive to restore but positive relationship with other countries. So basically, regarding to the approach to China, I think his diplomacy, I think, will be more accepted by the market and will not lead to the uncertainty in global markets.
All right, I see that you are pointing out that Joe Biden's presidency is more to certainty rather than a Trump uncertainty in the global market. So therefore, the market response is really good when it turns out to Joe Biden. But however, sir, you mentioned a lot of times regarding U.S. and China in here. How do you see trade war between U.S. and China under Biden's presidency?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, that Biden still mentioned that he will still approach the China with other perspective, without like Trump did in the last 4 years, basically. So basically, we hope that the approach or the import tariff, although will be existing, I think the uncertainty on the global markets will be easing as well, and I think this will be positive in order to increase the global trade volume, which I think and on the other hand also it will also have positive effect on commodity prices, and I think Indonesia will benefit on this condition, whether global economy will be recovering faster, and also the global commodity prices also tends to be improving. I think this is positive for Indonesia's export to U.S. or to other countries.
All right, sir. You mentioned about volume of trade between U.S. and Indonesia. In here, that I would like to address is that in terms of exporting, which sector that you see that Indonesia could benefit from this Joe Biden's presidency?
Yeah, majority of Indonesian export to U.S. are textile, clothing, and other similar products, and maybe natural rubber. And up until now, the focus on Biden's policy is manufacturing sector, and which very dependent to China's manufacturing. So I think our minor export would not be disturbed by Biden's inward-looking policies. On the other hand, we have opportunity to export processed nickel, because raw nickel is still have opportunity to export processed nickel, to U.S. as a part of global value chain for battery.
Yes,
and one of distinguished Biden's policy compared to Trump's is his focus toward sustainable energy policy. So battery is one of the components to support the policy. So I think this will benefit Indonesia's vehicle exports in the near term.
Yes, sir. As we know that Joe Biden is really concerned of the climate change, and this will benefit our nickel. Okay, sir. So as expansions of Indonesia's long-standing strategic partnership with the U.S. could be beneficial for both nations, we hope nothing but the best for two countries under Biden's presidency. Sir, thank you for your time with us.
Thank you.
And yes, viewers, stay tuned on Market Headlines because we will be right back after this quick break.